everybody, it's day 6 of the Chilling Challenge. Today's theme is favorite live-action male villain, and I chose Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now I know that Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a hybrid of live-action and animation, and it's made by Touchstone Pictures, but Touchstone Pictures is actually owned by the Walt Disney Company, and the Walt Disney Company has capitalized on Roger Rabbit many times. I'm also aware that, at the heart of it, Judge Doom is actually a Toon himself by the name of Baron von Rotten. However, this is my video, so I'm going to bend the rules slightly so I can talk about Judge Doom. So Judge Doom is this feared judge in Toontown, and he's ruthless, and he's mean, and he executes Toons whenever he feels like it, basically. The immediate connection I'm making is to Judge Frollo, of course. I mean, they're both white-haired, intimidating men that kill people because they can. They're both willing to commit mass genocide of a group of people, although Frollo sees his actions as a kind of justified ethnic cleansing. And Frollo doesn't commit his sins for economic reasons, while Doom definitely does. Either way, they're both murderers that somehow fit into the context of a Disney movie, which is really scary. In a way, Doom is also like Rourke from Atlantis, because they're both willing to sacrifice an entire living civilization of people for economic reasons. Doom has this gang of 7 dwarf rejects that follow him around and do his bidding. Literally, these weasel Toon things are characterized by one specific trait that also happens to be their names. I'm not the biggest fan of them because they're kind of annoying and not at all threatening, and let me just tell you that Greasy is super racist. Actually, my favorite part of the movie concerning the Toon Patrol is when they laugh themselves to death. Yes, I did just say laugh themselves to death. Doom was going to have a kangaroo court that was actually going to be a kangaroo, because he's a Toon and everything has to be literal. But actually, the kangaroo was supposed to put Roger on trial the way an actual kangaroo court would, so I guess it would have been relevant. Earlier I mentioned a Toon named Baron von Rotten, who does not make an appearance in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Instead, he was introduced in a graphic novel that was released the year after the movie called The Resurrection of Doom. It was in this novel that Doom's Toon alias was finally revealed. He was apparently a Toon that played villainous characters, probably because he could summon weapons with his body, that got a concussion on set, and when he recovered, he believed that he actually was a villain. Thus ensues the transformation from Baron von Rotten to Judge Doom.
Nobody's gonna drive this lousy freeway when they can take the red car for a nickel.
Oh, they'll drive. They'll have to. You see, I bought the red car so I could dismantle it.
Judge Doom wanting to destroy the red car trolley is actually based in fact. In the 1940s and 50s, when the movie takes place, private corporations were trying to eliminate public transit in order to create a greater demand for cars. Apparently, Tim Curry was in the running for the part of Doom originally. Producers gave the part to Christopher Lloyd because they thought Tim Curry would be too scary. John Cleese also expressed interest in playing Doom, but Steven Spielberg and Robert Zemeckis didn't think people would take a former cast member of Monty Python seriously as a sadistic villain. Either way, Christopher Lloyd's Doom ended up being pretty dang scary, all things considered, especially because people were used to seeing Lloyd's more comedic characters, like Doc Brown from Back to the Future. There was a reference cut from the original script where Eddie mentioned something along the lines of Doom killing Bambi's mother. This reference would have fit right into the timeline of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, considering Bambi came out in 1942. When the dip gets splashed on Doom at the end of the movie and he melts, he starts screaming, "I'm melting! Melting!" This is indeed a reference to the 1939 film, The Wizard of Oz. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid and somebody asked Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the answer was always Donald Duck. I still don't know why, because it's very clear that Doom is the one that actually frames Roger. Not only does Doom kill Acme, the man that everybody thinks Roger killed, but he also killed Teddy, Eddie Valiant's brother. That's the reason that Eddie is so prickly throughout the movie. Thank you so much for watching. In the comments below, tell me who your favorite Disney live-action male villain is. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to us, please do so down below, especially if you want to keep watching the Chilling Challenge. I will see you tomorrow. Now I sound like Roger.